Hey, what's good, champions? Arian, Tyson here. Wanted to shoot this video and tell you and encourage you and inform you that happiness is within your reach. I'm going to say it again. Happiness is within your reach. Why do I say that? Because there are a couple things that you can do to reach happiness. And it really is quite simple, but I'm going to break both of those things down. The first thing that you can do is learn how to exercise your self-discipline on a regular basis. Think about the most common problems that we deal with in our lives, from the lack of a presence to lack of exercise to unhealthy diets to procrastination, so on and so forth. And in most cases, problems like these are not caused by any physical ailments, but by a weakness of the mind, a weakness of the self-discipline. And the thing about it is, just like every muscle in our body, the mind needs to be exercised in order to gain strength. It needs to be worked consistently to grow and develop over time. If you haven't pushed yourself in hundreds of little ways over time, chances are you're going to crumble on the one day when things get slightly challenging. And I've seen this happen to too many people who like to play it safe, and then when life really hits them hard, you never hear from them again. But it doesn't have to be that way. Why? Because we have a choice. You have a choice. You can choose to pay attention when it would be easier to pick up your phone. Or you can choose to go to the gym when it would be more comfortable to sleep in. You can choose to create something special when it would be quicker to consume something that's not good for you. You can choose to raise your hand and ask the question when it would be less nerving to stay silent. You can prove to yourself in hundreds of little ways that you have the guts to get in the ring and wrestle with life. Because mental strength is built through lots of small daily victories. You have to learn how to celebrate your victories daily. No matter how big, no matter how small, our mind may think it is. It's a victory nevertheless, and you must celebrate it. Why? Because you're further than you were along the day before. And then the other thing that you have to understand is you have to let go. You have to let go and be a witness of the thoughts that are troubling you. And this is something that I had to learn. And here's the thing. In a nutshell, and let me know if you agree with this or not. In a nutshell, many of us can hold on tight to the hope that things will go exactly as we've imagined. And then we complicate our lives to no end when our imagination does not represent our reality. So how can we let go and live better? By realizing there's nothing to hold on to in the first place. Most of the things, situations, problems, worries, ideals, expectations, etc., we desperately try to hold on to as if they're real solid, everlasting fixtures in our lives. And the problem is they aren't really there. Or if they are there in some form, they're changing, fluid, impermanent, and mostly created in our minds. Life gets significantly easier to deal with when we understand this. Imagine you're blindfolded and treading water in the center of a large swimming pool. And I bring that up because I was just in the swimming pool not even 2 weeks ago. I was in the swimming pool for an extended period of time. And you're struggling desperately to grab the edge of the pool that you think is nearby, but really it's not. It's far away, and trying to grab that imaginary edge is stressing you out, is tiring you out as you splash around aimlessly trying to hold on to something that just is not there. So imagine that you pause. Now imagine you pause, you take a deep breath, and you realize that there's nothing nearby to hold on to. Just water around you. You can continue to struggle with grabbing at something that does not exist, or you can accept that there's only water around you and relax and ultimately float. This is the art of letting go, and it starts with your thinking. What you have to remember is that just because the world around you is confusing and chaotic doesn't mean the world within you has to be confusing and chaotic. Are you with me? You can get rid of all of the criticism and chaos you created by others, the past, by uncontrollable events of your general frame of mind, just by being a simple witness of your thoughts. It's about being silent and witnessing the thoughts passing through you. Just witnessing at first, not interfering and not even judging. But because by judging too rapidly, you have lost the pure witness. The moment you rush to say this is good or this is bad, you have already grabbed a hold of the chaos. You are thinking, but the mind is empty of senseless chatter. You're floating with no extra weight and a lot less effort. And this process of thought watching is the very alchemy of true mindfulness, because as you become more and more deeply rooted in witnessing, the confusing, chaotic thoughts start to disappear. And I'm telling you what I know from personal experience. That's why I have not snapped. That's why I have not lost my mind when life was punching me in the mouth. And if it hasn't done so to you yet, keep living, because it's in those moments where you really find out what you're made of, and you really find out who's for you. So I wanted to share that with you. I trust that it was of value to you. If it was, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to like, comment, and share this video. Remember, in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the Moving Motivator, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.